Well, here we are, Blues Game Day Live, Joe Vitale here at Bridgestone Arena as the Blues play the Nashville Predators. Second game in as many days, second time this season. The Blues and Predators are going back-to-back, home and home. Blues losing last night to the Nashville Predators, I should say yesterday afternoon, by a score of 4-3. So all of the games have been close between these two teams. This one ought to be exciting. The Predators win. They think they move to within 1 point of a playoff spot, and then the wild card teams win. So they're 3 points out of a playoff spot. The St. Louis Blues come into today. Now, they've lost their last few games, a couple of them in overtime. Yesterday was in regulation, but they did get some help as the LA Kings beat the Colorado Avalanche yesterday. So the Blues are still sitting in sole possession of first place in the Central Division, Joe. Right now, I got to think that if you're a head coach with the way these games are going in the National Hockey League, you might start with enough hair to look like a Wookiee, and you're going to end up bald by the end of this season looking like Kojak.
Yeah, well, and especially now, Kerbs, because the Dallas Stars are in Ottawa tonight. If the Dallas Stars win, the Blues lose. For the first time in over 2 months, Blues will fall out of first place in the Central Division. So, again, points, extremely crucial, extremely important this time of the year. And I know talking to these players and talking to the coaches over the last probably 24 hours, Kerbs, this is a group that wants to have a good start tonight. They are not happy with how they've been starting the game. They want more jump. They want more energy right from the get-go because playing, chasing hockey requires a lot of energy. They've been falling in holes early in these games, and that requires a lot to get back into. So for the Blues here tonight, more than ever, have a good start. Do kind of what the Nashville Predators did to you last night, or yesterday afternoon in our building. They started, I think it was 7 shots to none for the St. Louis Blues. So you would look at that as certainly a key area of tonight's game.
You know, the stat that jumps off the page is the Blues have allowed 3 or more goals now in 11 straight games. That's an unbelievable number, something that is completely uncharacteristic of this team. The timely saves haven't been there in this run, and then the all-around team defense hasn't quite been where it needs to be. Those are two aspects of the game that you know that would like to get cleaned up.
Exactly, and you're going to see Jordan Binnington in the net here tonight, and he's one of those goaltenders right now that his confidence is a little bit shaky, and I think that this is something that the Blues can do a much better job in front of him. Maybe you're not getting a save that used to be, and you know that's one of those things where an area you got to be grateful for when you're getting it, but right now you're not. So things have got to tighten up defensively. You got to bail this goaltender out. Defending from the inside out, that's been the common theme talking to some of these coaches around this team over the last 24 hours. Again, too loose, too spread out. Think of it like on a 6-foot rope. The defenseman forwards a little bit too separated in that sense where seams are starting to open up a little bit. And again, you're not getting that save at the timely manner. So along with that start, having that kind of savvy Blues defensive style of hockey, this is something this group's looking to get back to.
All right, they're going to get a little bit of help potentially today. Now, we haven't met with Craig Berube yet, but we're going to. But Oskar Sundqvist has been activated from IR. If they activated from IR, then you got to think that he's ready to go. And if he's ready to go, he's going in the lineup. It's like bringing the conscience of your team back, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, this is someone that just really embodies what Craig Berube style of hockey is. He plays with that energy. He plays with that giddy up. He's a player that you look down on the bench, you see number 7, you see him hop over the boards. You know he's going to have an impact to the game, and you feel better when he's in your lineup and he's on your bench and he's on the ice. So Oskar Sundqvist, I do believe we will see him draw in here in tonight's game. I expect to see him probably through the middle, and it would be awesome to see him with Barbashev because those two energy spark plugs are something that really has been giving this team a jump, especially when they're kind of down and out. And the Blues have been down and out, and they can use Oskar Sundqvist here tonight. Yeah,
they could also use a spark. You know, the team's just been okay on the road this season. It hasn't been great. They're not quite the same on the road this year as they were last year. Now, they did reverse that. The Blues have been excellent when it comes to the home play. As a matter of fact, only 6 regulation losses at home this season. But getting back to that hard-nosed road, simple style, hard to play against is something that this team is trying to strive back into because there's a good number of road games to go yet up against both the West and the Eastern Conference teams where these points, as you mentioned, are extraordinarily valuable as you are now in a dogfight for a division title.
You are, and you're in a dogfight with a Central Division rival that we just saw less than 24 hours ago, Kerbs. It was a slugfest at Enterprise Center. Had a little bit of everything in that game, the physicality. We saw a couple fights in that game as well. This is going to be you punch, we punch, you punch, we punch kind of game, and it's going to be important for the Blues to have a really good punch back. Getting back to that defensive style like you were just saying, really just comes down to those fundamentals. And I know it sounds simple and easy, but coming back to that defensive zone and stopping in that house, that's where we become a little bit loose. And if the Blues can get back to that, I think they're going to have some success here tonight.
Well, we're here in Nashville. You want to sing to anybody?
I already did that last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just want to make sure. You don't want to try again and improve on that?
Yeah. Well, I learned one thing last night.
What's that?
When you go to a Nashville honky tonk, it's not a good idea to just chant "Let's Go Blues"
into the microphone in the middle of a Garth Brooks song that you're singing.
You will get booed right off the stage. But you know what? I'm loyal. I'm loyal to the blue, so it's all good.
So we've got the game for you on the radio side on 101 ESPN. Again, a 5 o'clock face-off. The Mitsubishi Electric pregame show starts at 4 o'clock with Alex Ferrario. And then when the players hit the ice, we've got you the BMW of West St. Louis pregame skate. On the TV side, Darren Pang is here in town. He will be working the game with Chris Cuthbert on NBC Sports Network. As you can see behind us, it is Hockey Day in America. NBC is anchoring their coverage here from Nashville as well, so it ought to be a great atmosphere tonight. Tune in to listen, tune in to watch, just whatever you do, have some fun. Blues hockey coming at you here in just a couple of hours. Have a great rest of your day.